Welcome to episode 24 of season 2. This episode is What is Hypnosis? You guessed it, we are going to talk about what hypnosis is in this episode. I will also talk to you about naturally occurring states of hypnosis. Bet you didn't know you were already doing it. I'm going to answer many frequently asked questions towards the end, so stay tuned. In answering your questions, I'm going to be debunking myths about hypnosis that have been promoted by Hollywood movies and the media. If you have more questions, please use the link in the description below to submit your questions or schedule a discovery call with me so I can more thoroughly answer your questions.
I'm Carla Hunt, CEO and founder of Prioritizing Peace and the host of the Unapologetically Prioritizing Peace podcast.
You may be wondering, why am I talking about hypnosis? I am an NGH certified master 5-path and 7-path hypnotist. As a member of the hypnosis profession, I feel that it is imperative that there be more awareness brought to hypnosis as a healing tool and more information about it to you so that you are able to be well informed should you want to make hypnosis the next step in your healing journey, should it be to remove stress, limiting beliefs, negative emotions, unproductive coping mechanisms, and behaviors like smoking, drinking, overeating, overspending, or even for pain management. So, what is hypnosis? The U.S. Department of Education Human Services Division defines hypnosis as the bypass of the critical factor and the establishment of acceptable thinking. To explain this further, it's through the establishment of acceptable selective thinking that we are able to bypass the critical factor to engage in hypnosis. The first part regarding the establishment of acceptable selective thinking refers to following instructions during the hypnotic induction, and the bypass of the critical factor refers to the effect that hypnosis has, which is the ability for you as the client to accept and use hypnotic suggestions that you are given during a session. I'm sure you may be wondering, what is the critical factor and how it is related to hypnosis? The critical factor is the function of the mind that decides that new information is either true or false in regards to having an effect on our beliefs and habits. Information that is considered to be false will still enter your subconscious mind, but it will go into a bank of information that is considered to be new information that is known to the subconscious mind, but is given no credibility. In this bank of known information without any credibility, it is not going to influence your existing beliefs or habits. On the other hand, information that is considered to be true reinforces long-standing habits and beliefs inside of us, or in some cases can actually change your beliefs and habits for the better. And in those cases, that's when the hypnotic suggestions are accepted. It is the responsibility of the critical factor to keep what is in the subconscious's mind consistent. This saves the mind a ton of mental energy by maintaining this consistency. If the subconscious mind had to constantly rearrange its contents, especially habits and beliefs, it would be mentally exhausting and confusing every single time you process new information, wouldn't it? So the critical factor must be provided with convincing information so strong that it is able to overcome existing beliefs and habits. Otherwise, new information is simply just recorded as data, but not integrated into our personality and consistent behaviors. It's just stored in the subconscious data bank, but it's never used. The subconscious mind is the part of your consciousness that defines who you are and what you do consistently. It makes up your personality. The subconscious mind starts off empty before you are born and then starts collecting information from our experiences, perceptions, and interpretations about what is happening around you. Most of us, by the time you have reached the age of 16, have established an identity and have decided on our interpretation about how the world works. The collected information from our experiences, perceptions, and interpretations is held in our permanent memory, containing all the information that we have gathered throughout our lives, like a computer hard drive. Unlike a hard drive, your subconscious permanent memory system seems to be unlimited in how much information it can store. It can retain that information throughout your life unless there is brain damage or disease. Some information in the subconscious mind is turned into habits and causes us to automatically react to situations and circumstances. That information is also turned into beliefs. Beliefs are things that we think are true, even though we may not have infallible proof that it is true. Having infallible proof would allow us to be in a state of knowing instead of believing. The subconscious mind resists change, which is mostly to your benefit because it conserves all of that mental energy and allows us to maintain a consistent personality throughout all of our lives. However, the subconscious mind's resistance to change can cause problems and stagnation when we decide changes in how we think, feel, and behave is necessary to improve our lives. This is where hypnosis comes in. Hypnosis allows you to rapidly make changes in how you feel, think, and behave. The subconscious mind always is working to protect you from what you believe to be dangerous or false. It wants to help you fulfill your needs, wants, and desires. Your perceptions interact with your beliefs, and your subconscious mind reacts to perceptions by generating emotions. For example, when the subconscious mind perceives that you will fulfill your needs, you will feel good feelings like happiness. But when the subconscious mind perceives a dangerous situation, you will feel fear. Hypnosis can directly affect your beliefs, habits, and emotions in a way that using the conscious mind alone can rarely accomplish. As a result, you can have rapid and long-lasting changes in your beliefs, habits, and emotions, which can positively impact your behavior, internal peace, and levels of happiness. The unconscious mind is the body's consciousness. It is developed before you are born and is fully programmed knowing how to take care of all the important functions to keep you alive. It knows how to breathe, pump blood, defend itself from infections, digest food, and so much more. The unconscious mind is intelligent and can learn. The greatest example of this was research done by Dr. Ivan Pavlov. Ring a bell? Pavlov showed that autonomic responses of salivation can be trained by pairing that autonomic response with the sound of a bell. He did this by training a dog to salivate to the sound of a bell after the bell had been paired with food. Then he removed the food and the dog would still salivate to the sound of the bell. The unconscious mind is always meaning well, but unfortunately sometimes will program us to do things that are not in our best interest. The unconscious mind can actually learn to generate symptoms such as headaches, stomach aches, loss of voice, etc., in order to protect us from stressful situations. The unconscious mind is always working to protect you in ways like that. The unconscious mind is always working to protect you. In its mission to protect you, it can also cause you to desire unhealthy substances when it believes that it can help you relax or cope with stress, like smoking cigarettes, doing drugs, or drinking alcohol, for example. There's good news though. Hypnosis can be used to overcome this unfortunate accidental programming of the unconscious mind. The conscious mind is a focus of consciousness. It is filled with what we are attending to at any particular moment. Your conscious mind is logical in protecting and problem solving. It does this by thinking through new situations that arise. Because it is part of the mind that allows us to think, we are able to be responsive to situations rather than reactive. The subconscious mind and unconscious mind cannot think, and they are completely reactive. The conscious mind is very limited and can only hold about 7 to 9 bits of information at any particular time. And this is based on psychological research conducted based on the capacity of conscious mind. Due to the limitations of the conscious mind when compared to the subconscious mind, it is easy to see why most people fail when they try to make significant changes in their lives through conscious effort alone. I want to take a moment to say that you are not failing in your attempts to make significant changes in your life. You're just directing your energy to make those changes to the wrong part of your mind. You must make those changes at the subconscious level to make long-lasting changes in your life. Again, this is where hypnosis can help you make the changes you really want. Hypnosis causes a bypass of the critical factor. This allows you to accept positive suggestions for change you want to make at both the subconscious and unconscious levels of the mind. Remember, the entire function of the critical factor is to be the protective part, to decide what information we will and won't assimilate into our beliefs and habits. As long as the suggestions that are given to you are not going to endanger you, the critical factor will remain in a state of bypass so that you can easily accept suggestions. There is no state of hypnosis that can overcome this protective function. I repeat, there is no state of hypnosis that can overcome this protective function. Each level of the mind has this protective function that resides in its respective part of the mind. The conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and unconscious mind all have a protective function to which there is no state of hypnosis that can overcome this protective part. Furthermore, something I want to make clear is that if you ever hear myself or another hypnotist use the word sleep, we do not mean natural sleep like when you go to bed at night. If you ever hear me use the word sleep, I am simply suggesting that you go into a relaxed state as if you were asleep, but you would not actually go to sleep. Hypnosis is not sleep. If you went to sleep, you'd miss your entire session, and that would be a very expensive nap. In fact, sleep is a state of unconsciousness, whereas hypnosis is a state of consciousness. Hypnosis is a normal occurring state. In fact, you've experienced hypnosis many times already. You go into that natural occurring state of hypnosis when you are working with me purposefully and intentionally so that you can receive those positive suggestions for change you want to make in your life. The most common state of naturally occurring hypnosis is probably highway hypnosis. A good example of this is when you're driving in your car and you lose track of time and you wonder if the light you just passed was red or green, or you've missed your exit. Another example of naturally occurring hypnosis is called analgesia or anesthesia. Have you ever noticed a bruise or cut on your leg, for example, and you have no idea where that injury has come from? I actually have a bruise on my leg and I have no idea where that bruise has come from. What happened was that I was so focused on a task, which induced a naturally occurring state of hypnosis. And when I injured myself, because I was in that state of hypnosis from being focused on the task, I was able to experience the analgesia or anesthesia, which means the blockage of pain, leaving me unaware that I had injured myself until after I was no longer focused on the task and I had touched my leg again and felt the pain, to my surprise, when I found the mystery bruise. I know there are a lot of people out there that get mystery bruises. Yet another example of naturally occurring hypnosis is negative hallucinations. Negative hallucinations means failure to see something while looking directly at it. Men and women are equally guilty of experiencing negative hallucinations. But my example is one of those memes about not being able to find the ketchup, if you're familiar with this one. The meme is making light of individuals that play video games and how they're able to see stuff that's 400 yards away, but when they're asked to get the ketchup from the fridge, they can't seem to find it. Here's how this plays out. You're asked to go retrieve the ketchup from the fridge and you can't find it. You're yelling, "I can't find the ketchup." Your partner's yelling back, "It's in the door on the right-hand side of the fridge." You're reporting back, "I still can't find the ketchup," while also repeating to yourself, "I can't find the ketchup, I can't find the ketchup, I can't find the ketchup." The suggestions to yourself that you're giving that you can't find the ketchup is only reinforcing the negative hallucination. Your partner comes to the kitchen to show you exactly where the ketchup is, and you're standing there in the door of the fridge like, "I didn't see it before you came in here and made it magically appear." Here's the thing, it's not magic, it's naturally occurring hypnosis. It's normal. Hypnosis is safe. As you are aware, you have gone in and out of naturally occurring hypnosis many times. No one has ever been hurt by simply going into a state of hypnosis. We go into hypnosis all the time. Hypnosis is a state of heightened suggestibility, the ability to accept things at a subconscious or unconscious level. At every level of consciousness, there is that protective function that I stated before, and the mind will automatically reject any suggestion that would normally seem dangerous. In fact, any suggestion that would sound dangerous or would hurt you in any way would cause you to emerge from hypnosis. It doesn't even have to be dangerous. It could be something that the protective part of your mind just doesn't jive with. For example, I could not suggest to you that you would love minivans and go buy one for your family. And if you're anything like me, you're not a fan of minivans, and that suggestion, although it's not at all dangerous, doesn't jive with you as it doesn't with me, and it's not something that I want to change. Hypnosis has been used and recognized by the American Medical Association since 1958, and in its 200 years of hypnosis history, it has been used by many professionals in medicine and psychology safely. I think it's important to point out that Hollywood has made up all kinds of things about hypnosis that were designed to sell movie tickets and are not the truth about hypnosis, such as hypnotists having superpowers, doing mind control, or that you can get stuck in hypnosis. It's all make-believe. Let's have a serious conversation about movies. We have to recognize that movies are all about entertainment. It's for the entertainment value that we go for the drama, the action, the comedy, or the thrill. That's what we watched the movie for, to be entertained by. So whatever the goal was for that particular genre of movie, that's what they really went hard on trying to sell the movie for. Exaggerations and suspension of reality included. When you think about the Fast and the Furious movies, which I personally enjoy, I also recognize that I have to suspend reality in order to enjoy them. For example, in the last movie, I understand that there's no way that Taj and Roman would have actually been able to survive flying a car into outer space with duct tape on their suits. I'm aware that in real life that wouldn't have worked. If they would have made it to space, their heads probably would have exploded and they probably would have frozen to death. The thing is, we have to have the ability to be realistic and recognize that movies are for entertainment value. We can't believe or accept what's in movies as reality or fact, because it's for entertainment. Seriously though, imagine for a moment if I allowed movies like The Fast and the Furious to inform my ideas about reality. I would assume you could just drive fast cars, pull heists, go to outer space, and be bulletproof. Now that sounds like a dangerous suggestion. Good thing that I don't get my information from movies. Same as you get your information from people who do literature reviews, are educated, certified, and qualified to talk about the subject. Moving on to some frequently asked questions. Can you be hypnotized? Yes, you can be hypnotized. Remember, you've been doing it all along in the naturally occurring hypnosis states. Hypnosis, when working with a professional, is a consensual state. It's a partnership. When we're working together, you have to want to be hypnotized in order for you to be hypnotized. You must continue to follow my instructions or you will emerge on your own. Hypnosis, when we're working together, it's like a beautiful waltz. I'm leading and you're following. The great thing is you don't need to know how to dance. You just need to follow my instructions, and you have to be willing to participate in order to be hypnotized. And you have to be willing to follow my instructions that I'm giving you. I say that again because there are people who want to send someone to hypnosis to work on something like to quit smoking, for example. But if you don't want to quit smoking, even if you are willing to participate and follow my instructions, the changes to quit smoking are not going to be accepted by the subconscious or unconscious mind because you don't want to quit smoking. The changes that you want to make have to be things that you want to work on changing in your life for your life, not anyone else's. There have been millions of hypnosis sessions that have been conducted and no one has ever been stuck in hypnosis. You cannot get stuck in hypnosis. You can emerge anytime you want. You can emerge by yourself simply by opening your eyes and just stop following my instructions. It's as easy as that. You can decide at any time that you don't want to continue following my instructions when we are working together, and at which point you would emerge. We would go over the suggestions for positive changes before our first session so that we made sure that all of the suggestions jive with you. I also want to talk about stage hypnosis. Stage hypnosis is done for the purpose of entertainment. People get worried about clucking like a chicken or doing silly things, but the intention and purpose of stage hypnosis is for entertainment. So when it comes to stage hypnosis, I personally have never participated in stage hypnosis. Even when they had a stage hypnotist at our high school graduation lock-in, I didn't volunteer. Even though I was suggestible after they did the group hypnotic induction, I didn't volunteer because I didn't want to participate. The thing about it is that people who volunteered consciously and subconsciously wanted to be silly. Those that participated in stage hypnosis want to, otherwise it just won't work. Remember, it's a consensual state. You have to want to be hypnotized to be hypnotized. Anyone of normal intelligence who is willing to follow instructions can be hypnotized and benefit from hypnosis and self-hypnosis. Remember, I keep saying your mindset and your mental wellness matters. It impacts how you see the world, your perceptions, and your interpretations. It impacts your ability to cope. Our minds are set up for confirmation bias. Subconsciously, we search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms or supports our beliefs or values. Is your subconscious mind set up to find confirming information that will support you positively or negatively? Your subconscious mind doesn't have the capacity to think and doesn't know any better. And if it's looking for negative things, automatically, you're going to continue to experience negative experiences until you make changes. Your mindset and your mental wellness influences every single area of your life. How you experience events, react to things, how you show up in relationships, the quality of your relationships, and so much more, including but not limited to passing down your negative self-talk, unproductive coping mechanisms, and limiting beliefs to your children if you have them. But remember, you were a child once too. Your thinking has a direct effect on how you do in life and how you feel. So naturally, thinking and feeling more positively will also attract more positive people, events, and opportunities in your life. So when you change the way you think and feel, you're going to change your life more positively. I can help you holistically heal your negative thoughts, unproductive coping mechanisms, and limiting beliefs through subconscious reprogramming so that you can experience consistent inner peace, increase happiness, and increase confidence. If you would like to get on my waitlist for a limited number of confidence-building subconscious reprogramming sessions I'm doing after Thanksgiving, make sure to use the link below to sign up for a free discovery call with me. If you're not ready for coaching or subconscious reprogramming just yet, a great place to start is to read this book called The Secret Language of Feelings. Use the link in the description below to get your copy on Amazon. This book describes all feelings are good, including anger. All feelings are good because their purpose is to provide us with information, direction, and motivation that will help us create a satisfying life. Oftentimes, many of us ignore our feelings and are dysregulated, which is why we are not experiencing a satisfying life. Use the link in the description below and get your copy of the book on Amazon today. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next episode, and in the meantime, check out some of Season 1's classic episodes.